What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day. Getting into this episode of GH, let me just say this. A huge part of this episode pissed me off. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I was just so annoyed by a lot of what was going on in this episode. First and foremost, I was so turned off by how they try to make Nina out to be the villain. I was so annoyed by that because they made it seem like she wasn't down for charity work. And let me tell you this, I'm not the biggest Nina fan. I'm not. But she's one of the biggest people, one of the biggest givers on the show, one of the biggest characters that give. Like, she's never not going to give to a charity or donate or whatever. So it annoyed me that they insinuated that she would turn it down having the nurses ball at the Metro Court, because if memory serves me correct, this is why they need writers who dabble in continuity specifically. They need writers for that specifically. And don't get me wrong, I know it's hard to, write a show like this every single day. It is. But I think they need specific writers for continuity, because back in October, I could have sworn Nina had a conversation with Curtis about finalizing the plans for the Metro Court to host the Nurses Ball for 2023. So now, fast forward to now, and they're not hosting it. Maxie and Bobby have to ask Nina and Olivia to do it, to host the Nurses Ball. That sounds ridiculous, because I could have sworn she had that conversation with Curtis. I know I'm not bugging out. And the Metro Court always hosts the Nurses Ball, so why would this year be any different? You know what I'm saying? It's like little shit like that that just irks me. And Carly and Bobby with their little snide comments and their little look arounds and stuff. It was just so annoying. To even put that out there that oh, you put your issues with me to the side for a good cause. Nina, she's always down for a good cause. Like, come on now. And look at the mere fact that, mind you, Olivia don't even like Nina. Like, Olivia is besties with Carly. She can't stand Nina. But look at this. Olivia's sick. Nina brings her soup. Nina didn't have to do that. And yet she brought it. Personally. She could have sent a waiter or whoever to bring it. She did it personally. Like, come on now. And like I said, I'm not even the biggest Nina fan at all. But don't try to make her out to be a villain who don't like charities. It's ridiculous. Another thing that pissed me off. Carly. Who the hell does she think she is just to be letting herself into the mansion like that? Like, where is Monica? Like, if Leslie Charleston is retired or the show didn't want her back, I don't know the details of what's going on with that. We need Monica. We need somebody, because I'm not feeling Carly just waltzing her ass on up in that mansion like she run the joint. Like, no, ma'am. No. Mm-mm. I'm not feeling that. And why is Carly even a part of the nurses' ball? Like, why is she a part of the planning committee? Why? I have a problem with that too. I'm gonna tell you why. Because this, the nurses' ball is to help fund medical research for HIV and AIDS. I remember almost 20 years ago when Carly and Robin were in the Metro Court. Okay, this was like 2005. I remember Robin slapped the shit out of Carly because Carly threw her HIV in her face. I remember that. She tried to insinuate or flat out say that Robin was using her condition for sympathy and to get Jason to coddle her and, be at her beck and call pretty much. And I remember Robin slapped the holy piss out of her. So for that reason alone, I feel like Carly shouldn't have nothing to do with this ball. Like, the mere fact that you could throw HIV in somebody's face and use it as a weapon, that's fucked up. It's fucked up. I mean, I'm just being totally honest. I feel like that venom that Carly threw at her back in the day about her HIV, I just feel like that's a key factor for why Carly should not be a part of this event, because she never apologized to my knowledge for that. I don't ever remember her apologizing for it. She was just so nasty about it. And I feel like that was the most disgusting thing you could ever do. I don't care if you don't like that person. That person has HIV. You know what I'm saying? At least be compassionate. And the fact that you're going to use that as a weapon against them, no. And never even show no type of remorse for it. She deserved that bitch slap that she got. Furthermore, I do have to say, I have to agree with Carly and Drew on the fact that I don't believe they should give medical information to Nina. I understand Nina doesn't want to bug Willow for updates on her condition, but I don't feel like it's right for anybody else to tell her the condition either, because Willow and Nina are not in that close space. Like, the door is cracked open for them to get there, but they're nowhere close. So I agree, because if it was me in that situation, if I was Carly or Drew, I would have to ask that person permission too to divulge personal information to another person. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. Even at my job, I don't do that. Like, if they see an ambulance come for a tenant or whatever, I don't tell them who the tenant is or what the issue is. I keep it very vague. If I say anything at all, it's very vague. Because when it comes to medical stuff, that should be private. You know what I'm saying? That should be the person who's going through the medical condition should be the one to tell that person if they wanted them to know. That's just me. That's just my point of view. I, moving on from that though, I don't feel like. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong when I'm about to say this, but Drew is good eye candy. I'm not gonna say, but I feel like why they couldn't ask TJ to do this, the Magic Milo routine. Like, why not TJ? Don't get me wrong, I do get Jordan probably gonna be there, and I know she don't want to see her son on stage stripping and whatnot. But Jordan could close her eyes, or she could put up her church finger and she could walk her tail on up out of there. You ain't got to see it, but I'm pretty sure the rest of the damn world gonna want to see. I mean, if you gonna put Drew as Magic Milo, why we can't have multiple people in it? I'm just saying, it could be Drew, it could be TJ, it could be maybe Michael, it could be who else? Dex, maybe. They got a few candidates. Maybe Cody, maybe. Is he gonna be around for the nurses ball? Maybe. But Drew just by himself doing it? No. Nah. They could have asked TJ. I prefer TJ to do it. Give him something to do at the ball. So anyway, moving on from that. It was fucking hilarious seeing Dex fall into Sonny's arms like that. I just feel like, honestly, the more Dex gets enamored into Sonny's life and his business and stuff, I feel like it's bye-bye Michael at this point. I don't feel like he's going to go through with these plans. I feel like he has the potential to turn on Michael. I could be wrong, but I feel like he might. The more he gets to know Sonny and stuff like that, he's going to have a conflict. You know what I mean? Because I think he's going to start to genuinely like Sonny and, maybe want to protect him and maybe want to be honest with him or back away from his plan. Maybe even want to work with him permanently. Who knows? I'm definitely not crossing Miss Wu off the list of suspects. I definitely feel like she's a very good candidate. But I have a nagging feeling that Jennifer Smith could be up to this too, because remember, she was on the phone with somebody who is a major player who is in LA and they're expanding into Port Charles. So it could be them too. But I definitely feel like Sonny got some good clues, though, because that matchbook that they found that would lead them to the Highlander biker bar, they should try there. You know what I'm saying? They should ask the regulars that come through there some questions, or at least check their video surveillance to see if that sniper guy was there and who he was meeting with, maybe. See who he talked to there and talk to that person. You might get some useful information. Plus, he had a key fob or whatever. Find out where that goes to. You know what I mean? They got a couple good clues. And of course, Brick is going to do his stuff, find out where that gun came from and, look into it. But it's anybody's guess at this point who's coming after Sonny, because you know how when people come after Sonny, they like to be anonymous and whatnot. So you just never know, to be completely honest. So anyway, moving on from that. I'm so sick of Cody and his BS at this point. Like, I'm tired of him bitching about the fact that Serena pretty much gave away the fortune or whatever that was left to her. And, I don't blame Serena for doing it. For one, Serena didn't know anything about Cody. So I can't fault her for just blowing the money on charity. And to me, it's not even blowing the money. Ain't nothing wrong with donating large sums of money to good charities. Especially saving animals and all that type of stuff. Give it to people that are less fortunate than you. You know what I mean? Money comes and goes. Let me tell you something. I'm not a rich person, but I will tell you this: money is definitely not everything, and I'm not wealthy by any means, but it's definitely not everything. I used to grow up thinking, oh, you need money to do this. You need, you need money to live, but I mean, when you got millions on top of millions of dollars, more money than you could ever spend in 2 lifetimes, why not give it to people who don't have it like that? Why not do something good with it? So I can't blame Serena for that. And Cody just need to go sit down. Everything with him is always about the next hustle, the next con. I feel like he could learn a lot from Mac. But you know what? If he don't want Mac to be his father, so be it. Sayonara. But I do feel like Mac needs to know. You know what I mean? He has that right to know that he has a child out there. And if I was Dante, I would let Cody know, like, listen, bro, it ain't my secret to tell, but you got to the end of the day to let him know that you're his son. I would give him that ultimatum. Either you tell him or I will. Because I don't see how Dante could look Mac in the face every single day knowing this secret and not wanting to tell him. You know what I mean? Like, who knows how Mac would react finding out Dante knew about it and didn't say shit. Because you know how Mac feel about Dante. They become close. And, him and Dante have become close and they become very cool with each other. So I think he would be a little disappointed in Dante. So hopefully Dante puts that out there to him. Felicia pretty much got an inkling that something is more than meets the eye with Cody as far as that family comment that Mac made. Because Mac has tried, to get close to Cody and stuff like that because he's Dominique's son. He's tried to look out for him, because Mac is not, he doesn't like the way Cody's moving. He's hanging out with Miss Wu. He's selling, plasma or whatever to get money. He's trying to help him because he that's what Dominique will want him to do. Look out for her boy. You know what I mean? But it's only but so much Matt can do because every time he tries to help him, the boy clam up and don't want nothing to do with him or he shuts down or whatever. So, Mac is pretty much kind of washing his hands with it, but Felicia keeps urging him to reach out, to keep trying because she feels like there's more than meets the eye, basically. So anyway, moving on from that, Victor need to go sit his little old tail down somewhere. Like, he's sitting around here trying to blame Laura for drugging him. I'm like, dude, you have way more enemies than just Laura. Like, Victor has pissed off pretty much everybody in Port Charles. Any one of them could have drugged him. I just honestly feel like it's some sci-fi shit that Miss Wu and Holly did because how y'all come up with a drug? Mind you, this drug is nowhere near North America. Like, it's not even sold in North America. It's not even made in North America. So you got to go deep to get this kind of drug. And you got a drug that messes with his penis. Like, he can't fuck. Like, he has performance issues. Like, that's some sci-fi type shit. That should be on the Sci-Fi Network, the way they pulled that off. Yeah, and instead of Victor sitting there trying to accuse Laura of doing it and threatening her or whatever, dude, you should find you the best doctor money can buy to see if they can reverse it because that drug is doing irreparable damage to his body right now. And I don't know if Finn is equipped to even help him with that. Finn is a damn good doctor, but that drug been in his system for so many months, ain't no telling with how much damage is done. You know what I mean? So Victor should be trying to figure that out. And I don't blame him. When he was at the bar ordering a drink, I do not blame him for wanting a brand new bottle because he said, nah, fuck that. He said, I ain't taking no chances. I ain't mad at it. I'm like, shit. But, I understand Mac was over there trying to do his job or whatever, but at the end of the day, Mac should know better. He should know that Victor, even if Victor did know where Nicholas was, he should know Victor wouldn't tell him, whether he knew or not. Victor's not going to tell you that information. So Mac need to start his investigation elsewhere because you ain't going to get shit out of Victor. I'm just saying, like, he not going to tell you nothing. Nathan. So, anyway, moving on from that, I'm totally down with Anna's plan. Anna always got a good backup plan. I ain't mad at her for wanting to use Eileen, again to her advantage. Like, she wants to make sure that they send, Victor down a wild goose chase, put in false codes or whatever in that report that Ashby's supposed to be giving him. I think it's smart, and I love it. And, Valentine loved it too. He was like, shit, he loved the way her devious little mind worked. I'm like, oh yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. She devious when it becomes a spy and stuff like that, when it comes down to that. But you trust me, she could be devious in that bedroom. You better watch yourself, Valentine. You ain't ready for that English muffin. I'm just saying, Anna put it on. Lucy is working my damn nerve. Like, Lucy got cabin fever at this point. She is ready to go. Like, she need to respect Maxie's expertise. And that's what Anna was trying to tell her. Like, Maxie got this. Like, she's sitting there talking about, oh, I don't see the nurse's ball on the calendar for the Metro Court. I'm like, because they're finalizing the plans, Lucy. Relax. Like, Lucy needs to calm down. Like, this whole time she hasn't been in Port Charles, Maxie has been holding shit down at Deception. Yeah, the stock fell a little bit, but the company is still making money. It's still profitable. And that's in large part due to Maxie taking over the helm. You know what I mean? Between Sasha's issues and Lucy not being around, Maxie has done a damn good job keeping that company afloat. Like, if she wasn't doing a damn good job, the company would have went belly up by now. So she must be doing something right. So if she's running the company correctly, what makes Lucy think that she wouldn't run the nurse's ball right? You know what I mean? Like, this is Maxie's element. This is what Maxie does. She plans events. Like, this is her whole second career. Outside of her being at Crimson, outside of her being at Deception, she does events. You know what I'm saying? And they always come off looking gorgeous. They come off beautiful. So she can pull that off. Come on now. Lucy should trust Maxie by now. Like, this is her thing. This is what she does. But I think Lucy she has that control thing. Like I said, she got cabin fever. It's hard for her to let go, because, Deception is her baby. The nurse's ball is her baby. But I agree with Anna. Like, you got to pass the baton to somebody else for once. You're not the be all end all. But I got a feeling Lucy going to do something stupid. I have a feeling Anna and Valentine need to keep an eye on her, because ain't no telling what her sneaky ass gonna do. The last thing they need for her to do is sneak out of that cabin, because if that happens, they could kiss their plans goodbye. And she might want to be, careful about trying to sneak out of there and do something dumb, because she heads back to Port Charles before, all the plans are in motion and whatnot, before everything is ready to take Victor down. Victor will kill her, and this time he'll make sure she's dead. So she might want to, relax herself. So anyway, moving on from that, I'm happy that, Laura pretty much told Drew hell no. Because Laura looked like she was so over that conversation with him. Because he talking about, oh, if you don't want to tell me the shares, something must be up. I'm like, yeah, something is up. She doesn't want to tell you the shares. Like she said, when Charlotte becomes of age, that's going to be her decision to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, let it go. You're not getting the stock. Move the hell on, Drew. Like, Laura looked like she was so over that conversation. I don't blame her. Like, she was looking at Drew like, bitch, I got better things to do than to talk to you. Like, Laura got enough on her plate. She ain't got time to deal with your foolishness. Go sit it down now. And my thing, too, is with the whole Victor situation, if Mac was so eager to arrest Victor, why the hell he ain't arrest him for threatening the mayor? Because that's essentially what Victor just did. Like, he threatened the mayor right in front of you, Mac. Like, you my dog and all, you're a good cop, but lock his ass up for that. He threatened, an official. Lock his stupid ass up. What you waiting on? So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Peace.